right. We're here with Guerrero Fitness in the building. Thanks for being here, man.
Hey, man, thank you for having me here, Bobby. Fuck, man, it's a pleasure, big dog, you know?
Yep. So we usually start from the beginning. So where are you originally from, man?
Yeah, so, fuck, man. I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mexico. My mom's from Puebla. My dad's from Guerrero, Mexico. And I was there for about maybe 4 years. My mom was over here in LA. She came over here to LA, you know, California to, you know, grind. You know, everybody comes over here to for that American dream, you know. And what was about maybe 4.5 years later, she went and got me, you know. She brought me over here, you know. So it kind of tripped me out because I was like, damn, you know, I thought my grandparents were my mom and dad, you know, because I called them mom and dad. But she was like, oh, when she popped up in the picture, I was like about 4, going into about 5 years old, you know. And she was like, oh, I'm your mom. And I'm like, fuck, you're not my mom, you know. It's like, they're my parents. And they kind of explained to me, and well, what, you know, they did what they did, but she wanted her son back, you know. And she already had, you know, which is my brother, she already had, you know, her son with, she wasn't with my dad. So she was with my, she married somebody else, you know, when she came over here. Obviously she left, you know, I didn't know this till after, big dog, you know, I didn't know that till after. So I'm still thinking, fuck, they're my parents, you know. I didn't know that was my stepdad yet. So we came over here, whatever, you know, and to Baldwin Park, you know. She had a pad right there, and it was kind of like I would say like a kickback spot. Well, I don't want to say kickback spot, but it was like a pit stop, you know, because it was about 7 families, and people used to come from Mexico, stop, make their hustle, and then some of them used to fucking go to New York, Chicago. And from what I hear, they were just there for a while. They get their little hustle, their little feria, and then, you know, to break whoever the fuck's gonna take them over there, and they were gone. So that pad right there was a lot of movement, you know. So I seen a lot of just movement there, you know. It was just kind of like in and out shit, you know. But like I said, I don't know who was the ringleader there, but I know that my mom was like kind of in charge there because she was like the oldest, and then my dad, you know, which they had my brother already. And yeah, so you know, we grew up, I wouldn't say middle class because there's categories, big dog, and I would say that we were poor, you know. I'm gonna say we were poor. Why? Will you say, you know, yeah, we had the, you know, the house, we were all in the fucking room, you know, so we didn't have much, meaning, fuck, we didn't celebrate no fucking birthdays, we didn't do no Thanksgiving, what Americans do, you know. We didn't do none of that shit, you know. There was no 4th of July. I remember one year I asked, hey, could you buy us fireworks? And my mom looked at me like, you're dumb. I go, we don't got money for that. We don't do that, you know. And I was like, okay, like everything that I asked kind of was like a no, because when I started going to school, which it was kindergarten, you know, you start growing up and seeing all these kids, you know, the way they dress, the way they are. So, you know, that in my pad, it wasn't like that, man. There was a lot of animosity. There was a lot of just drinking, kicking back, fucking too much commotion, you know. So my upbringing was a little bit rough, you know. My mom, she was going through a lot, and she used to be like just pissed all the time, frustrated, and for whatever reason, you know, whatever she was going through with her relationship, you know, it was like she always takes it out on me, you know. I remember if my brother cries, she'll come and fucking smacks me, you know, like what the fuck, he fouled, like I didn't hit him, you know. And few times she used to be like, oops, you know, like, oh, sorry, my bad, you know. But like I was always the one that to take that anger and frustration, you know. And I didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck, you know, like what did I do, you know? But it was always like towards me, but like I didn't really know that what was the real reason behind it, you know? So as life went by, you know, like I said, I got a little older, maybe about 8 years old. And, you know, she finally told me, oh, you know what? Can you stop calling him dad? Because he's not your dad, you know? And I was like, what the fuck, you know? It tripped me out because how she came and told me. And I was like, you know, like I said, there was a lot of people at that house, and I think his brother had showed up from Mexico, and they were kicking it because they used to play cards and drink, you know, pistear, and then play cards and shit, spades, whatever the fuck they were doing, you know. And I think my mom seen that he was like laughing or making comments every time I used to say dad. So she finally got fed up and said, you know what, you know, she told me that that's not my dad, you know. And that's when I was kind of like tripping, you know, like, okay, well, there's another fucking, you know, reality check. Because first I thought you were my mom, but now you're my mom, obviously, you know, but now he's not my dad. So from there on, I was like, kind of like thinking, okay, well, I was still young, I was still little, so it didn't really resonate with me till as I got older. I kind of seen like, oh, okay, well, that's the reason then, you know, I was getting fucking bombed on and beat up, you know, because they were probably having problems, and you know, she takes that out on me, you know, for whatever reason, because he never told me nothing, you know. He was, you know, quiet, you know. I was never, I could never say, oh, the bad stepdad, you know, because, you know, it wasn't. But, you know, you just don't know, because she handled business. So, you know, like he didn't have to say anything, you know, but I knew I was part of the problem. And then as time went on, you know, fuck, all that shit that you go through and that you see, and that you don't have, you start fucking like veering towards you know, towards a different route, which my next door neighbors, you know, that was like the pad, you know, the pad where there was a lot of traffic, but meaning just fucking gangsters, homies getting out of prison, a lot of shit fucking on and cracking right there. So when I used to go outside and play as I was getting older, 10 years old, I used to fucking, you know, curious, you know, check them out, you know, kick it right there, and, you know, just absorb, you know, just check them out and see, you know, all that movement. And I was like intrigued by that, you know. I was like, oh shit, these fucking guys are fucking it, you know. They're cool, you know, they seem cool to me. So, and I remember one day this fucking bum, he was walking, he was like fucking homeless, fucking no shirt, fucking scary motherfucker. I was 10, and I was watering, and my brother, we were playing with the water hose. And then he came, because my pad in Baldwin Park, it was like an open street, like it was a busy street, you know, it was on Ramona. And it was like an old pad, but it didn't have no fence or nothing. So he came in and he's like, hey, I want water, you know, give me some water. And then my brother ran in the pad, and my mom just closed the door. And as I was gonna go in there, and they left me outside, and she knew I was outside. You know, and this guy, he's walking towards me. He's like, hey, turn the fucking hose on, you know? I want water. I still remember. And then I seen the homeboy that later on ended up lacing me up. He hopped the fucking fence, you know? And that shit was like, fuck, I can never fucking forget. He fucking just hopped off to my side. And he fucking shut the water. You ain't getting no water. Get the fuck out of here, you know? And from that day on, it was kind of like, fuck, man. Like, he just took me under his wing. He fucking, he seen like something in me. It might have been just, cause he didn't have no kids, but it must have been like, I don't know, something that he seen about me where like, oh man, I could fucking lace him up or school this guy, you know, since he always seen me like kind of like lonely, you know, out there like doing nothing. And he kind of like, he noticed me watching them all the time, you know, so that day right there, it was fucking crazy, you know. It kind of fucking, I was like pumped up and proud, like, yeah, like he went and backed me up, you know, after they had shut the door on me, and he went and fucking closed it. And that motherfucker got scared, you know, because these are big motherfuckers, you know, high socks, fucking cut off shorts, old school fucking gangster, fucking just hopped the fence over, and it, you know, it kind of, he set the tone, you know. So I was like, oh shit, you know, I want to be like that, you know. So after that, as I got older, then, you know, just started getting into more trouble at school, hanging around with the wrong crowd, and, you know, coming home. Then, like I said, once I knew more or less, like the people that I was hanging around with were kind of tied into that house, and they knew who they were and who they, you know, what they were doing. I started kicking it with them, you know, little by little, you know. And then he, you know, obviously he was my neighbor, so I was there. And man, he put me up on game on a lot of shit. You know, at 11 years old, I was already fucking being groomed and laced up. You know, it might have been a hidden agenda there, like you said. You know, like I told you earlier, that you know, there's always something behind behind somebody's fucking you know, what they have planned for you, you know. And back then it might have been, you know, fuck man, get this guy to fucking, you know, lace him up good so he could handle some of my business or whatever, you know, because I used to help him fucking bag, weigh the fucking ounces, shit like that, fucking package shit up, you know, at 11 years old. So I was kind of like, that shit pumped me up, you know, and I was you know, I was excited, you know, I was like, fuck yeah, like he took this like a dad to me, you know. So, you know, it was badass because you feel different when somebody gives you that love or that attention, and you know, to have you right there like like a son, you know, pretty much like a son, you know, like you felt like, oh fuck, this guy does care about me, you know. And like I said, from there on, it was just me going in and out, you know, from that pad to my pad. But my pad was never really like my mom was always working. They were all hardworking people, so they didn't really have that attention either to give to us, you know, like, hey, you know what, let's go out or let's go do this or go on trips. Like we used to go back from vacation and I had nothing to say because we didn't do nothing, you know. People, I went to Yosemite, I went here, I went there, and my stories were always like, fuck, well, what did you do? Nothing, you know, just fucking another summer, you know, and everybody's sporting new clothes and shit like that. So you seen all that, you know. And I always wanted things, I always asked for things, but it was always no, you know. The answer was no, we don't have the money. And you know, when I wanted to join sports or play any sports or any I remember one year I asked, oh, I want to be in karate, you know, my friends at school, they're in karate, and she was like, I don't got money for that, you know. We don't have money for none of that, you know. We don't do that. And you know, it was always just a letdown. So like I said, all that shit that I went through, it's just kind of like, well, I was bored, you know. I didn't have nothing to do, so I just kept going back to the, you know, the spot, you know, to the homies, to the homies. And once I got older, it was just even I was being more aggressive, more like just running amok now, you know. Now I wasn't coming home. Now I was, you know, I was being more of a headache to my mom, you know. So she was like, oh fuck, you know, this guy's getting out of control. Now as I got older, she kind of stopped fucking me up, you know. Like I remember before, she used to get the extension cords because she wasn't hitting me with her hand no more, and she used to get the extension cord and fucking boom, fucking whack me with it, you know. But I just stay there, you know, and take it. But then I do the same shit, you know, all over again. Like, you know, I'm used to that, you know. And yeah, once I got in trouble, she pretty much, you know, I was in probation because she called the cops. So I had a lot of just bad, you know, a lot of bad experience going with the law, you know. So they put me on probation, but she just couldn't control me. So she was like, man, you know, could you put this guy away, you know, like. I was just giving them problems because she already had problems already, you know, relationship problems, and probably, like I said, that, you know, living with other people and just being so, you know, a family, you know, when there's more women, more men, it's just, you know, it's a lot of just animosity, a lot of, you know, people talking shit about each other. They don't get along, this and that. It's just all bad, you know. So
you got a number of personalities in one household.
Yeah,
it's like you're describing like that place that they were living at was like a hub. Like
there you go. Yeah,
you know, people get there and they transition, and they go other places once they get their money up or whatever.
There you go, right? Better wordings. Yeah, there you go.
That's what it sounds like to me. Mm-hmm. And your mother was, you know, having, like you said, in a relationship that was. It seemed like it was a damaged relationship. It wasn't healthy. It
was alcohol. There's a lot of just drinking, and it's like there.
Yeah.
That's all they did is go to work, come back, and then just chill, kick back, and drink. Go to work, come back. You know, I seen that. You know, so I You know, it's like, I mean, maybe all that shit that I seen, it kind of in a sense, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna do the opposite of that shit, you know, because that's all I seen there, you know, like, okay, wake up, go to work, come back, and then drink. And then you know, as men back then, they, serve me, you know, I did my duties, you know, I'm the breadwinner, you know, now I just get to relax, give me the remote, let me watch baseball or whatever the fuck it is. And, you know, treat me like a king, you know, and what fucking, you know, eventually fucking the girls are gonna get tired of that shit, you know, and especially nowadays, you know, girls, they don't fucking put up with that shit, man. They'll fucking send you fucking out your way, you know. But yeah, so I understood that, you know, in a way, and I didn't help the situation because, like I said, I just when you're bored, when you don't have no guidance, when you don't have somebody that's giving you a rite of passage, you start fucking just going down the wrong path, or you end up finding friends that are in the wrong path, and you just, you know, run with it, you know. And that's what happened with me. Like I said, once so she couldn't get me busted because I hadn't done nothing yet, you know. Even though I was slanging, even though, you know, I was always kind of like, yeah, I drank because, you know, when I was going, you know, around with the homies of my age, where, you know, I was drinking, but never really to be like stupid like that. Just to drink to fucking fit in, pretty much, you know. Because like I said, my older homie, he was mentoring me and lacing me to not do that shit. They're like, hey, don't get fucking high on your own supply, that type of shit, you know. Don't fucking drink. Look at these fuckers, how they act when they drink. Stupid, you know. So he was guiding me in that manner. But so his way of you know, telling me to stay busy, he'll be like, hey man, go join Morgan Park, because he always seen me with my other homie. He's like, and go box. I need you guys to fucking learn that skill so you could knock motherfuckers out, you know. That was that type of fucking advice he would give, you know. But always like, hey man, stay away from this shit, you know. This shit, you know, it's no good, you know. But yeah, we were doing it, you know. We were fucking just don't get high on your own supply. Just go fucking get, you know, just make that money, you know. And that's when I could, you know, I seen a lot through there, you know, that a lot of people were just they got hooked on that shit. So that was not good on my part, but I didn't know no better. And like I said, you know, he was just mentoring me and lacing me up in a way of maybe being his right hand man at a certain point, or like a son that he never had. And you know how we are with our sons. We're gonna tell them and lace them up on all the game we know, because that's what I do with my sons now. And but obviously more positive and more constructive and how to better themselves. So all the mistakes that we did, damn sure they're not gonna do it. But so in this situation, you know, after a while, you know, it caught up to him. You know, there's a lot of hate, a lot of envy. Even though he had a power, you know, there's always that fucking backstabber, coward motherfucker that's gonna fucking try to take you out. And that's what happened. They got my boy and they poisoned him, you know, and they set him up. You know, it was a fucking hyena that did it, you know. From what I know is, you know, they fucking gave him a hot rail and it was rat poison, you know. So they took him out like that, you know, in a scandalous manner. But after that, it was even. That's when now I had no fucking guidance, but I was still known to be under his wing, which, you know, I was still fucking getting, you know, I was slanging Yeska, so I was still fucking pushing that shit out there. And, you know, then, you know, when the chronic hit over here, you know, remember in the 90s, in the late 90s, mid-90s, you know, the chronic started popping up, you know, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then I was going into high school because I was slanging through 7th and 8th grade, you know, all the nickel and dime bullshit, you know, you know, party crews were popping and fucking quebradita shit was popping and everybody was like, fuck yeah, making that money. And so once I went high school, I was like, oh yeah, this is money maker right here, you know. So I graduated and I was like, oh yeah, check out this one hitter quitter, the chronic. And I would go, fuck, that shit's badass. That's just some fucking weird ass fucking Yeska.
No more dirt weed.
No more dirt weed. I was like, this motherfucker, I go, 1 fucking gram, $20. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Yeah, man, it's a one hitter quitter. So my boys are like, yeah, I'll front you. And I go, well, how much is it? You know, it's all like, well, half a P, it was about 5,000, something like that, you know? And
at the time.
Yeah, at the time. So I was like, damn, okay, well, fuck, man. I think I could fucking push it. I know a lot of people, and then fucking $20, somebody have to fucking collect $20. Plus, I'm going to high school. Everybody has more money there. So, but I didn't last that long at high school because my stash was my brother's room, you know? So I stashed a fucking half a pound on his fucking hamper with the dirty clothes. My mom washed the clothes. She found my fucking stash. She went and fucking raided my room where she found pipes. She found fucking just all kinds of shit there, you know, scales. So she went to the probation officer. Now could you put them away? Like, I found this. And he was like, oh yeah, now we could do something about it because now we got a case, you know? So I didn't know this though, you know? I didn't know that she had found all that shit. They should, since I was already in probation, that was already like, okay, well, he's going to court anyways. He was already, I was already fucking trying to get away from this fight that I had got caught in school, you know, and they already knew about it. So it was going to catch up to me. You know, there was a lot of fucking bullshit that happened that day, but I just left. And so the following day when I went back, you know, they were already there waiting for me, you know. So I only lasted in high school 3 months, you know. And once I got picked up, I thought I didn't even know. I was like, what the fuck am I getting busted for? You know, fuck no, they took me to fucking juvie LP. And I was still like wondering what the fuck had happened till I was there for a month till my court day. And then when I went to court, I was in the fucking, in the holding tank with this fucking, the homie Porky from Pomona, Happy Town. Happy Town, Pomona. And then he was like, oh, you're going to get out. You're going to slap you. You didn't do nothing, you know, because I didn't know nothing. But nah, fuck no. They stretched me pretty much 16 months, topped me off what they could give me there for a first time. So I was like, this fucking guy lied to me, man. Because when I came back, I was already, you know, they sentenced me there. My mom was there. And she was just there mean, always mean mugging, you know. My mom, she has the face, you know, like me, you know, always looking in a bad mood or pissed off, you know. She was right there. She didn't break no tears. She was just like, kind of like, oh yes, fucking now put the, you know, finally get this guy out of my fucking way, you know. And yeah, after that, once I got busted, you know, I fucking been through all the fucking, you could say camps and whatever they have all in Southern California, fucking bouncing around here and there. And then when I got out, I couldn't go back to high school, you know, so I was done. And then I only lasted about a month, then I got busted again, you know. So it was just throughout my high school years, I fucking missed everything, in which, you know, I was looking forward to it because to me, school was like a getaway for me. School was like a time where I always used to go have fun and talk to a lot of people. It wasn't like my pad. I used to hate going on my pad. It was boring. There was nothing to do. So me, I was the one that a perfect attendant motherfucker, you know, because I was always there. Till later on, once the ditching and all that shit started happening, once you get older, you're like, oh, fuck, what? Party here, party there? Okay, well, fuck. Dress like you go to school and then you just fucking win your ways. But like I said, throughout my high school years, I never attended, you know, I never experienced that, you know. I remember, and I still wanted to play sports, you know, so I tried out for the football team for Sierra Vista, and I made it. The fucking coach told me, "Fuck, you're a good running back, and but your grades ain't good, you know." Like I went through Hell Week, and he was like, "Fuck yeah," and I was pumped up, you know, because there, if you're good, you know, you're good. You probably, you know, I had money to fucking buy my own shit, whatever they needed there, and well, that didn't happen because my grades, you know, I had to bring them up to par, and that didn't happen. And then I got busted, so that shit went out the window. I remember I still have the jersey. I kept it. But like I said, you know, it was just, I was like pissed, man, like pissed and just, I was just like, you know, in that point of my life, I was like kind of like getting sick of all this shit, you know, because like I said, I picked up a lot of bad habits, drinking, the smoking, the, you know, back then, you know, fucking with fucking crack, that shit came into play, you know. So I was glad that I got crack too, because that cleaned me up for a while, because I was doing fucking meth, you know. But I wasn't, you know, a lot of people that started when I started, fuck man, they fucking became lunatics, you know. Later on, that shit took over and shit, and I was glad that kind of, so all that shit, like, you know, that happened to me, I always see it as a fucking something that made me stronger. You know, I took it as that, you know, where a lot of people see it as they're victimized. They play the victim because of all that they went through, you know, all that shit that happened to them. The mom wasn't there from. The mom fucking treated them wrong, or they, you know, their stepdad was an asshole, or whatever it may be, you know. So they carry that in that's their excuse for not to better themselves, you know. But me, it was kind of like I always wanted things. I think that's what it was. I always wanted shit, you know. I wanted, you know, cars. I wanted, you know, to have a wife, or, you know, a girlfriend, or whatever it may be. But I didn't have that because I was busted throughout my high school year, which is 4 years, you know. And till 96 was the last time that I was property out of the state, you know, out of YA. So it's all my juvenile hall fucking years that that I could have had at school and that I missed out. It's just that pissed me off even more, you know, because like I said, I loved school, you know, not for the learning, but just because I just like the movement, you know, make the money and just be around socializing, yeah, be around friends, something that I didn't have over here, you know. So and that's pretty much where you know, once I got out this last time, because going, like, I didn't learn my lesson after the first time I went for 16 months, taught me off. And I think I did a little bit more because I got in trouble in there too, you know. I was already fucking stretching my time, so they kind of kicked me out, you know. After a while, they just let you go. You've been there too long. But I didn't learn my lesson, man. I fucking did it again, you know. I fucked up, you know. I came out, they pumped me up. The homeboys were there at my pad the fucking following day. And I knew because I still owe that fucking money too. So I still owe that fucking feria. I was like, how the fuck do they know I'm out? You know, like, how the fuck they went through? I was having dinner all happily with my mom, glad to see me, you know. We fucking homemade meal that she made. She's a good cook. And I hear a fucking somebody bumping and shit, you know, and I looked out the window, yeah, the homie and shit. I was like, how the fuck does he know I'm out, you know? And, you know, he came in with, you know, I came out there and I said, hey, what's up, man? He's like, hey, what's up? How's it going? This and that, all fucking good and dandy and shit. And, you know, real smooth, you know. But, yeah, I already knew, I owe fucking G's and shit. So after fucking that long, they were waiting for me. But I cleared that shit out. But I went out there, party with them, and sure enough, man, I didn't last that long, and it got cracked again because I was still in probation, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. You know, I was still under supervision, and it's once again, you know, I go back again. I'm like, fuck, man, I just said I wasn't gonna do this no more. You know, like, I'm tired of this shit. I like, fuck, man, I wanted to fucking have a girlfriend. I wanted to fucking go out, go fucking cruise, go. You know, I had a fucking car. You know, and I never fucking used it because I was able to buy a car. I was one of the fucking, I had a car when I was in 8th grade, you know. I had bought a car, you know, and it's like, it got impounded, but it was like, my mom was proud. I remember she was proud of that, but she was like, okay, well, you don't even have a license. Like, who the fuck did you get a car from, you know? But I found my ways, and like, I wasn't, like, I wanted to live a certain lifestyle, but then still be over here doing this shit. And I knew after a while that shit doesn't work that way. You know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So I had to straighten up, you know. And after, like I said, this last time, I said, that's it, man. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. And I was just tired of myself and shit. So when I got out, you know, I met my wife because I tried to go back to school. And actually, her sister's the one that was going to school with me at adult school. You know, I was trying to get my GED to get a good job. But that didn't last because, like I said, I met her through her sister. And I go, hey, hook me up with one of your homegirls, you know? And she was like, because she knew me from high school. She was like, fuck, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, hey, hook me up with one of your homegirls and shit. And she was like, oh, I'll hook you up with my sister. I go, let me see a picture of her, you know? So she pulls up a picture and I go, all right, cool, set it up, you know? And like I said, I had a car, you know? I always had my shit together. Like, my clothes was always lined up, all the fucking, like I said, I was always making money. My mom at 11 years old, she didn't have to buy me nothing. I was already hustling. I was already making my own money. I had fucking every fucking color of Dickies, Ben Davis, Levi's that you have. My fucking closet was fucking nice and neat, organized, boom, you know? White t-shirts. And then I had my car. So I always showed up and I showed up, you know, not no fucking, walking or have my mom, hey mom, take me, I gotta go see my girlfriend. Nah, I pulled up on my fucking Regal, and from there, you know, she you know, fuck, we connected well, and that was it, you know. I strived to, I left fucking school, you know, and then I started working at a fucking warehouse, you know, where they used to do protein bars and do a lot of shit with fitness, you know, because I always loved fitness. And from there, I said I lasted maybe about a year. I became fucking lead man from there, you know, because every job that I have landed, I always fucking try to push myself because I always did more. I was always a good worker. I took that from my mom, I think, because she was a good hard worker too. So that was always instilled on me. She's all like, hey, you got to go make your money there. Nobody's going to hand you nothing. That she always told me, you know, because I always ask her for shit. She's like, nope, I don't got money for that, you know. Around here, you make your own money, you know. So that's she was always throwing that at me. So I guess that helped, you know, because I never asked nobody for nothing, you know. I always made my own money and shit. Whatever I could do, I'll fucking do it, and I'll do it fucking even better than the other person. So I fucking moved up everywhere I went, you know, quick, you know. And after that, you know, I started truck driving because even when I was with my lady, you know, maybe about a year, you know, I was fucking still fucking you know, playing both sides of the fence, you know, trying to fucking run with the homies and be over here. But she really wasn't having it, so she kind of helped me. And then her pops was an OG, so he was another guy that, you know, I love and respect, rest in peace, because he laced me up now like a father, now like a real dad, not like my homie that, you know, obviously, you know, all my respects for him, because, you know, obviously I felt lucky that he took me under his wing, you know, or else I would have been, like I said, a fallout guy, you know, because they were fucking getting people that just using them, you know. There's that motherfucker that's going to just come in and you're going to be used and you're going to be the fallout guy, the one that's going to go do all the dirty work. And I wasn't that, you know. Like I said, I'm glad that he seen me more than that, you know. But when I met my wife's dad, he's an OG from East LA, cowboy. And fuck, man, he laced me up, man. He wasn't letting me have it either, because he seen right away, you know. He read me like a book. He's, you know, trying to play both sides. You know, you're gonna come break my daughter's heart or what? Like, he told me straight out, and I'm like, what are you talking about, you know? But me, I never let my guard down, so we kind of bumped heads, but we became like, just, man, he was like a father to me, you know, and I was like his son. And because he knew, man, but he had that love for me. He seen more in me too. Like, he's like, man, you got a good heart, man. You just gotta fucking leave all that bullshit, you know. Like, fuck this, you know. So he, you know, I thank him because he laced me up in that manner where, like, hey, man, you don't gotta listen to none of these motherfuckers. You know, you're your own man, and you gotta fucking do you and provide for your family if you want a family, because he had a family. So I seen that in them. So when I seen how he was with his family, because he had, you know, a boy, he had 3 girls, and that was more like he's an army, he was in the U.S. Army. So he was more like kind of like that middle class, kind of like family orientated, celebrating holidays. So when I came to her family, oh fuck, I was like, damn, you guys do this, you guys do that. I'm like, I never had that, you know. So that even fucking hooked me up more to stay there, you know. So that shit was badass, man, because I mean, even though you know, fuck, we used to drink together still, and you know, he had that, you know, that you know, he loved and shit, you know. He laced me up to be a better man, loving, self-respect, your conduct, your character, your word means everything. So he was kind of trying to instill better habits in you know, in that sense, you know. So that helped me to stay out of trouble. Then like I said, you know, that pushed me even to want more. So I left the warehouse job. I got my Class A license. I was still working. I got my Class A license. I started truck driving I was about 19 years old. And from there, boom, it just, you know, I've been driving for 19 years. I just, you know, I retired recently. And yeah, it's been a fucking, it's been a journey, man. There's a lot of shit, but it's just, if we sit here, man, it'll be like writing a book, big dog. So I try to fucking bunch it all together and you know, do my best on this. But yeah, man, my life's been ups and downs. And like I said, not so recently, maybe about 2 months ago, I went to my mom's pad because I go visit her from time to time, and she broke down. She told me, "Hey, sons, you know," because she sees me on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, and she sees me everywhere. So she's like, "Man, son, you know, like I'm glad, you know, for everything that you've done, and I'm proud of you. And sorry that I couldn't, you know, be that mother that you wanted, and sorry that I didn't give you the time." And I'm like, "Mom, you don't have to tell me all that shit." All that shit that, you know, happened to me, all that experience that I experienced, and, you know, helped me to become that man that I am now. So don't feel that like that, you know. Hey, we're here, you know, I have a family of my own now, and, you know, I love you, you know. So it was good, man. But you know, it kind of hit me because, yeah, she broke down thinking that, you know, she felt guilty, you know, but I'm like, nah, there's no need for you to feel like that. You know, you only knew what you knew at that time. You know, you didn't have the resource, you didn't have the knowledge, you didn't have the understanding. So we can't hold our parents accountable for, you know, sometimes how they were or how they acted. You know, a lot of people got to fucking drop that shit, you know.
They were going through struggles.
Yeah, exactly, you know. And a lot of people forget about that, you know. They just think, oh, me, because it's me. Yeah, but you don't know what they're going through, you know. And I just told her, yeah, you know what? Everything that happened to me, you know, I'm glad it did, you know, because maybe if it was another way, or if I got the love or the attention, like a lot of my homeboys, there's two types of mom. There's one that's gonna let you fucking have your homeboys over, kick it, you guys go blaze it over here. They watch for you, they'll keep punta, they'll fucking, they'll be chill, almost like your friend. And all those moms, you know, not to say anything, you know, mad respects, but, you know, showing that kind of love and showing that kind of leniency, you know, a lot of my boys, they're lifers, you know, because they were able to do whatever the fuck they want. And my mom wasn't having that. I couldn't have nobody over. That fucking pad was fucking off limits. We ain't bringing no fools in here and fucking smoking and doing your shit. It's not a kickback spot like that. So I didn't have that. But so, you know, like I said, there's two types of mom. She was just more firm, stern, and just she wasn't having it, you know. Just, you know, that's how she grew up though too, you know, later on, like, you know, that's how my grandpa was, you know, strict, and she had a hard life too, which I didn't know, but we just don't sit down and really know the story of how, you know, what they went through, you know. So we just always, you know, run on our emotions, our feelings, and that shit it's what's fucking up a lot of people that holding on to resentment, and they holding on to grudges of shit that's in the past, or shit that's got done to them, or their lifestyle, their upbringing. Nah, man, you know, you gotta fucking snap out of it, you know.
So when did the physical fitness come into play? When were you introduced to that?
Yeah, well, like I said, big dog, you know, I've been working out here and there off and on though, you know. Like I said, once I seen my older homie that laced me up, you know, that pad right there, it was a kickback spot where you have homies coming out of prison, pulling up on fucking Cadillacs, fucking some fucking cheese and shit all the time, with fucking walls of money, rubber bands and shit, and on swole, you know. So I always seen that there. That was like kind of like I admire that, you know. And then the movies, you know, that, you know, back in the days, Arnold, Rocky, you know, and shit like that, you know. I always liked that fitness, that look, you know. So I'll always try to work out and hit the weights, but I was always off and on, especially when you're fucking not focused and you're not guided correctly. You're gonna fall off. So I used to fall off. When I get busted, I'll get healthy again, and then fucking fall off out here when, you know, you get too comfortable. You start eating fucking whatever you want, and you're not disciplined, you know. So, you know, once I really got serious into it, it was, you know, fuck, man, that was later on towards down the road. Once I couldn't outwork a bad diet. Once I started feeling more of more heavier, I started feeling like very unhealthy. I took it more serious, you know. I would say maybe about 5 years that I fucking really went hard where like I started studying more, I started searching more. I hired a coach for myself, which helped me, mentally, physically, spiritually. It's just, fuck, man, I've been just running into a lot of, men throughout my life that fuck, man, that they see something in me and they want to help me, and that from there it was just pretty much game over. I was able to fucking flip my mindset, even to the point that I made it my passion, where I started helping others now. And it came a long ways. Like I said, I'm like 5 years into it, like very strict and not, falling into any vices. Like I said, I haven't drank in 4 years. I've been sober. I haven't done nothing. And it's just all fitness and just having self-love, self-worth, and but I had a fucking.
Was it a journey to get where you're at, or did you do it quick, cold turkey, or was it a slow transition to get where you're at?
Well, the only area that I was missing was my nutrition, because I always worked out, so I was kind of like that prison look, fat buff, big arms, but a big old gut, picking up a lot of heavy iron, because that's what my homeboys told me. They're all like, hey, pick up heavy weight and eat, that's it. And I'm like, fuck, man, no, that's it. No other guidance, no techniques, nothing. I go, just go fucking put in the work, and fucking hit the iron and eat, man. You got to grow. So I was like, okay, but that shit only going to get you so far, and then you're going to start injuring yourself because you don't have proper technique, proper nutrients, proper guidance. You need a fucking coach that's going to fucking tell you how to fucking do everything correctly. You need a map, you need a blueprint. And I didn't have that. So the only thing that was difficult for me was the nutrition, which I had to learn, like fucking how to fucking read the back of a label and say, okay, fuck, oh shit, that's the problem. I'm eating too much fat. Oh, that's the problem. I'm eating too much carbs. That's the problem with a lot of our raza, a lot of our people, that they do go to the gym, they do work out, and I see it, but they don't eat, the way they should, and it's like, you're just wasting time doing that. I was doing that, where that's where we create a lot of health issues, Diabetic is the first thing that's running rampant right now. It's like crazy, taking over, because we're over consuming. Like, I was not really a fan of fucking snacks and candy and shit, but I just ate a lot of food. I ate fucking homemade tortillas, fucking menudo, pozole, all that shit, till I fucking couldn't breathe no more. And that's our problem, that we destroy our own fucking bodies by overindulging, even, you might not even fucking feel it at the moment, because, when you're young, you could eat anything, whatever the fuck, my metabolism's strong, and that's how I was. Because I was never like the guy that gained weight quick. But as we get older, your metabolism slows down. Like I said, I always worked out. So I started working out when I was truck driving. When I started truck driving, I started working out more. I started taking care of myself more, but physically, not, health-wise with food. I still ate whatever the fuck I wanted, but my metabolism was fast. So, but after a while, it caught up to me. It caught up to me, and I was feeling like shit. I wasn't feeling good. I was having a lot of back problems. I having a lot of inflammation, and it was all because I was just eating very bad. So I had to really fucking sit and study, and it took me a while. It took my transformation to drop 55 pounds. Took me about a year. But I had to really study and see what the problem was. With the root of the problem for a lot of people is nutrition. We're just not feeding our body what it needs. We're just over consuming, and that it's creating a lot of health issues with us. And so I was like, it was crazy, because this was my passion, but I just didn't think of about coaching others in that manner or helping others in that manner till my coach was the one that brought it to my attention. Where like, yeah, man, you could do this, So I'm like, yeah, you think so? I'm like, fuck, because everybody was hitting me up. Fuck, how'd you did it? What the fuck, man? Badass results, Damn, could you help me? So he helped me monetize my passion. That's where my passion was always fitness, working out. But to even go deeper, to even, change somebody's mindset, the way they look, the way they feel, that's way more than fitness. And that's what what I'm focusing more on now, but it's just like it all fell into place, by me saying no more to the fucking bad eating, the bad fucking vices, which I was just, like I said, drinking a lot, not taking care of myself no more, letting myself go, destroying myself, and then having my kids, watch me do that,
So, would you say nutrition? How important is nutrition in getting in shape?
Shit, nutrition is 80%. 80% of the results come from the nutrition, the food that we eat, and that's been said for the longest time, even way back in the days. Nutrition, but nobody listens. Everybody's trying to outwork a bad diet. Everybody's trying to go around what's hard. Everybody's trying to go around you dropping the fucking chips, the soda, the fucking cookies, they're trying to outwork a bad diet, and it's not going to happen, big dog. There is no fucking way, you cannot do it, and it's not about taking away food, because people, they hear the word diet and they fucking cringe. They're like, oh fuck, diet, I ain't in no diet, I want to eat what I want. It's not about taking away, it's just about knowing how much of it you should eat. It's portion control, because I get clients that they're like, hey man, no more tortillas or tacos. I go, no motherfucker, it's not about no tortillas and tacos. It's about that you shouldn't be eating 10 tacos, 10 tortillas. That's the problem, that we're over consuming. You could get results and feel great and feel good about yourself if you know how to structure your meals correctly. And that's the puzzle that they're missing. They just don't know how to structure their meals. That's what it is. It's about portion controls. It's about knowing how much protein, carbs, and fat you should be eating. So it's a lot, for a lot of people to understand, but that's why a coach is needed, so he could help you connect the dots quicker, because people will try. The first thing that they'll do, they'll run to something that they hear, oh, keto, I heard this fucker, you drop 40 pounds like this, boom, they'll run to that shit. And I'm like, okay, well, you're setting yourself up for failure, because that's not your lifestyle. That's not how you're going to eat. Anybody's going to lose weight with any diet. The problem is, are you going to adhere to it? How long are you going to do that diet before you crack? And once you crack, you best believe you're going to gain all the way back, as a lot of people do. I have people on my team that they came from doing keto, fasting, juicing, and they're all pissed. And I'm like, well, yeah, because, you torture your body for 2 months, if that, that you went hard. And then when you went back to eating normal, like you used to, the body's, it's like a dopamine effect, the body's like, oh, fucking food again. Yeah. So now you get out of control. Now you just keep eating, and carbs and fat, they go fucking hand in hand, man. You just can't get enough of it. And they're like, fuck, Guerrero, how do you know? Like, fuck, I almost took down a whole pizza. And I'm like, exactly, because your body, started fucking craving all that. As soon as it got a little bit of taste of food, it was game over,
How often should a person exercise, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, exercising is secondary. Like I said, I could change someone just on nutrition alone, but I could never change someone if he says, well, I worked out all week, Guerrero, but my nutrition was off. It's not like you told me. I'm like, okay, well, that's the problem, that, it's not the workout. That's secondary. Nutrition is what's going to change you. Obviously you've been working out before and you didn't change because you didn't attack. The root of the problem is nutrition. So working out, if you stimulate each muscle, so I got some clients that work 3 times out of the week because that's all they could do. There's some clients that they cannot work. Depends your lifestyle, depends, what level of fitness you're in, because I get a lot of athletes too. I got boxers, I got MMA fighters, I got people that are in the service, and they're more advanced. So I schedule them 6 days out of the week, so they could take that, But if I get somebody that's 300 pounds where they're like, I'm like, okay, well, you cannot even do burpees, so don't even try that. You're not going to run because you're going to complain about your back, your knees. That's the worst approach. And a lot of people, when they come into this fitness, weight loss journey, they think that it's cardio. That's it. That, oh, I'm going to do cardio so I can lose weight. Nah, man, you got to strength train. Strength training is what's going to build muscle and burn fat. And that's what they don't get. That's why they're not fucking knowledgeable enough to understand that Nutrition is key. And then from there, workouts, they're also important, but it's not going to be torturing yourself in the treadmill or going for fucking a long period of time running, which you're too much, you have too much weight,
What do you think what do you think that does mentally to a person when they're physically fit? How do you think that mental affects them?
When they're physically fit, you feel more confidence.
Right.
You feel if a person, when a person is able to transform their body, that's one of the hardest things to do. So when you're able to fucking pull that shit off, fuck, man, I have clients that it's just fucking, their mindset flips, man, because you're more confident. Fuck, I did that. That's one of that's why there's people with money that have money, but their fitness is shit. Why? Because it takes more discipline. It takes more fucking dedication. It takes more of a hard work to fucking look on point, because that shit is earned. You can't just go buy a six pack. You can't just go buy biceps, fucking chest plate. You can't just go fucking buy it. You gotta earn that shit. And that's what, when you fucking get that transformation or that fucking body that you want, I know what that took. I know, that sacrifice that you put there. I know how fucking hard it was to get there. I know the discipline that it took to get there. And not everybody could fucking peel their shirt off and say, fuck, I'm proud, That right there, to have that warrior mindset, it's just like, what can you do, When that shit happened to me, it's like, fuck, what can you do now, Like, fuck, you're unstoppable. You're trying to be unstoppable. You got to instill that belief, because a lot of people, that's the problem. They're walking around with a lot of disbelief. And the reason why they're in disbelief is because they haven't done nothing. So you're not proud of yourself. You're walking around with your head down, not even head high, because you don't feel confident. You don't feel fucking good about yourself. And a lot of people, all that energy that they carry, they fucking bring it to their family because they're feeling like that. So if you see somebody in the fucking street, or if you fucking meet somebody, or your coworkers are always in a bad mood and always negative, and that's because that's how they feel, They're just fucking telling you how they feel. That's how I could read somebody, by their actions, by the way they carry themselves, by the way they fucking, conduct themselves. All that shit, I start breaking them down in that manner, and I start reading. And I see where's their deficit at. I see the areas that they're fucking flaw. I see that they're missing. I know that there's something in there that's why they're not happy.
How do you feel about supplements? You think that's it's beneficial? You think it's beneficial? Or is it? Do you not need that?
Nah, you know what? When people they come in my plan, in my team, they're like, they want to come in, fucking all with the hey Guerrero, what about this fat burner that I heard? I read about this one. What about this amino acid? I'm like, you don't need none of that shit. The food has everything. We want to get the most out of your fucking. We want to get the most out of your fucking journey, your fitness, your weight loss journey with the least possible. Why are you going to come in with all kinds of fucking pills and fucking juices and bottles of shit that you hear that's going to speed up the process faster? Supposedly not. What's going to do it is food. Food has everything in there. Supplement is just a supplement. That's why it's called supplement. The only thing that I tell you to go buy is protein powder. Why? Because I need you to have your protein intake that you need of the day to hit your numbers. And a lot of people, when I structure them 5 meals, they cannot eat 5 solid meals. It's too much. I go, okay, cool. Have 3 solid meals and 2 protein shakes, which, those are easy for you to fucking just drink. Could you do that? And they're like, oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, because 5 meals is too much. It's too much work, And yeah, so supplements, they're there, but they're not needed. It's nothing that it's gonna fucking turn you into the fucking Hulk. It's nothing that's going to speed up the process more. What's going to speed up the process more is knowledge on understanding the nutrition is what's going to fucking get the fat off. Working out, building muscle is going to drop the fat. It's not going to be any magic pill. It's not going to be any extra supplements that you need to spend your money on. So nah, I don't fucking tell you to go buy none of that shit, because I got my best transformation on just food. So I know food is king.
I believe that. I believe that 100%, because years ago when I tried to start off, I took it serious. So first thing I did was go to GNC and spend about $500 on supplements. I'm serious. $500, man. I bought everything.
I believe that.
And it didn't do one thing to me.
That's sort of, yeah. Big, a lot of people are fucking throwing their money, and that's their agenda. You know, they're, you know, people that are in the, you know, in that industry, you know, the fitness industry, especially, you know, with these all kinds of supplements fucking always popping and saying they'll do this, they'll do that, you know. I mean, that's just, you know, it's just money there, you know, that they pump you up so you could spend. You know, the only thing that I tell you to fucking go buy, like I said, is a protein powder or fucking a pre-workout if you need that energy, that boost. But everything else, I know is very minuscule of what's gonna do for you. You know, it's not gonna be something that is gonna, you know, it's gonna wow you, you know, that you're gonna be like, wow, this shit fucking really fucking added 10 pounds of muscle. Fuck no, what's gonna do that is time, you know, consistency, time, comprehending what you're doing. And a lot of people that, fuck yeah, man, they have bottles, they have fucking, all kinds of fucking different kinds of supplements. I'm like, what the fuck is that for?
What does creatine do for you?
Creatine, the only thing that creatine does is, creatine is one of the most researched supplement in the fitness industry. It's cheap, for once, it's not that expensive. You could take it forever, you know, it's not like you gotta weave off of it or you know, do 6 months and 6 months get off of it. Nah, the research has it that, you know, it's beneficial with, it helps you to be able to have a better workout. You could, it'll add some strength, but not like extreme like you would think, you know, but you'll feel a little bit more stronger, you know, in your lifts. And other than that, you know, they're coming to find out that it helps with a lot of other, you know, a lot of things in the body. But, you know, it's nothing drastic, you know, it's nothing that's going to be, like I said, that's going to wow you or going to say, oh, I need to have that or else I'm not going to grow, you know. Nah, it's just, like I said, it's not what they think, you know. So I will recommend that after, once we build that discipline, once we build that consistency on the clients, all those supplements, we could introduce them after, because then now we could know that, okay, did it really do nothing or it didn't. But when you come in from fucking 0 to 100 with a bunch of shit, you know, we're not gonna know what did what. You know, you're like, well, fuck, what happened here? You know, the data is all fucking all over the place. So that's why I'm saying we got to get the most out of it with doing the least possible. And then we add, master that, then we add, master that, then we add, you know. And like I said, it's just a lot of people are spending money on where they shouldn't, you know, instead of, you know, focusing on just their nutrition, which food is what's going to, it has all the branched chain amino acids, the meat, the protein has all the building blocks that the body needs to build muscle, you know.
How do you feel about steroids?
Well, steroids, it's just enhancement, same shit, you know. What I don't have nothing against it because it's a sport, you know. A lot of people take it to another level, so you can knock on that, you know. A lot of people, they're extremists, you know, so, and they use that. But another thing with steroids, I've seen a lot of people at the gym that supposedly use it, and you have to be knowledgeable on that too. You have to understand how to take it. You have to understand that you still have to eat in a structured manner. You still have to be disciplined. Nutrition still has to be on point, or else you're gonna look like shit. You're gonna look misproportioned. I see a lot of people that I'm like, well, fuck, man, if that shit did that to you, I'm not gonna do it. That's what kind of, you know, because I'm not very knowledgeable on that shit. You have to know how to fucking take all that, you know, shit, because or else they'll fuck you up. You know, I see a lot of people that, fuck, man, once they're off of it, they're like, fuck, I can't do it without it. I'm like, fuck, well, fuck, you never even look great to begin with, you know, like, what did it really do? But I guess it's mental and shit, you know. So people that, you know, want to really get into that, they better make sure that they do their research and get laced up correctly, you know, so they won't fuck up their body. Because a lot of people that do this backyard boogie shit, or they're fucking, you know, black market with just somebody from the fucking, from the gym or from the streets, what really are you? What are you getting there? That's why there's doctors. That's why there's clinics that you could go there and be more educated in that manner. But same thing. Don't just think that by fucking putting a needle in your fucking arm is gonna fucking blow you up. You still have to put in the work. Either or. It's nothing magical.
Have you ever used steroids?
No, I haven't fucking. No, cause I don't know. So all that it was like I said, to me, when I seen my body changing with nutrition alone, because that's what I was missing. First of all, like I said, I built my body with just eating whatever the fuck I want and then working out. But to a certain point, like I said, I felt like shit. I plateau. I was just like people will see me and they'll be like, "Fuck, you're on swole, big dog, boom," But I couldn't take off my shirt because my stomach will show, and I wasn't really. My wind wasn't there, so I know nutrition was key. So when I started fucking going deeper into nutrition and seeing my body change, my six-pack popping, I'm like, fuck, man, well, what's my full potential that I could do just by doing this, and that's where people, they want to jump phases, right away. Well, fuck the nutrition. If I do steroids, I'll probably get there quicker. And that's the problem, So to me, I just, the side effects that they say and all that shit, it's just kind of like, well, me, I was always like, I haven't really got where I want to be, and I don't even know what I could do naturally and just with my body, my natural body, and by eating and working out. Why would I want to skip? Why would I even want to try something, especially that I don't know? And I seen people that I'm like, wow, I look way better than this guy, and this guy says he's on it. So it hasn't really crossed my mind yet,
Yeah, but would you consider it?
I mean, I would, like I said, I couldn't say, I haven't reached my full potential where I could be like, okay, well, that's all you're getting, yo, you're maxed out, I still feel changes. I still feel like obviously I ain't no fucking bodybuilder. I mean, when I go to these fucking gyms, I hit Gold's Gym in Venice. I mean, these motherfuckers, they'll make me look like I don't lift weights, but I feel healthy. I feel better. So I don't really to me, that's more like competition. If you really want to do it for competition or to compete, but me, I'm just trying to be healthy, look good, feel good. And then it'll just be a whole different fucking can of worms that I open. If I was to do that, it's like, damn, man, I don't know. I'll probably be fucking really huge where people are going to be like, oh, fuck, yeah, he's on it.
You think those guys use it?
And then you scare people away, You
think those guys use it?
Well, genetic has a lot to do with it, Because if, for example, me, I'm a $195, To me to get, and on my team, all my people that have transformations, we're actually losing weight, When you use an enhancement like that, you're actually fucking growing, You're moving up, not lower, So you're just fucking converting muscle, building muscle quick. So, and a lot of people got to understand, that I get here, and they're like, I ask them, how tall are they? How much they weigh? How old are they? Because I know where they're going to be at, And they're like, oh, well, I want to be 220. And I'm like, well, you ain't going to be 220 because you got about 50 pounds of fat. So you're going to be maybe about 160. Oh, well, I don't want to be that small. Fuck, I feel small. When they start losing weight, they start getting scared. They're like,
that's your stature, though.
Yeah, I'm like, that's your structure. That's what you got, big. That's your frame, For you to be 220, I guarantee, yeah, you're going to have to be doing other shit. There is no fucking way that you're going to do it naturally. That's just straight up. Even people that I heard that because there's natural competitors that they do the competition. But to be a pro bodybuilder, they'll tell them straight out, oh, you'll never be a pro bodybuilder. Not natural, you won't. There's no fucking way. Even them guys, they're these high-end gurus that are into fitness will tell you that your frame will not pull that weight naturally, That's when so you have to read between the lines,
Yeah. There's a lot of, it's very common in sports to use steroids. Mm-hmm. And we see it all the time, especially when it's competitive sports. Mm-hmm. Bodybuilding, a baseball. How many stories have we heard with the baseball players taking supplements?
Yeah.
You know, hitting all these home runs and come to find out that they're using steroids.
Yeah.
Some supplements, you know?
Yeah.
I think it'll always be that way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, that shit's, you know, it's here and it's not going nowhere. You know, a lot of people, they always, you know, they find ways, you know, to enhance, you know, their performance, you know. But like I said, you know, I see that as like, okay, well, that's their sport. Obviously, they got to perform. And people, they, you know, them guys are fucking wear and tear on their body and all this and that, you know, like, to that level, it's like extreme to me, you know. So, but when people want to come in from fucking, you know, where they're at, and they're like, oh, well, I want to be, they'll look at this fitness model on IG or anywhere. Well, I want to be like that. I'm like, well, do you even fucking know what it took to get like that? Like, you ain't gonna be like that in no fucking overnight, big dog. That motherfucker's been grinding for 10 years and who knows what he uses and who knows what he does, you know? Like, you cannot just say, oh, I want to look like him and that's my goal.
It doesn't work that way.
No, man, you know, you're gonna look how you're gonna look for the work that you're gonna be putting in, you know, like, and that's what people don't get, you know, and that's where people get misguided. You know, they'll see that their fitness model, big ass motherfucker, they'll try to do his same workout, they'll try to eat like him, and wrong, everything wrong. Like, why will you eat like him? He never ate like that to get like that, you know. Obviously, probably he's eating more now, but people got to read between the lines, because, you know, you will never get a look like him by the way you're eating, you know, because you're not there yet, you know. You have to fucking cut first and then build your body and see how far you take it, you know. It's frame, big dog, it's the frame, you know. I got, you know, people that, okay, they're 6'2", they're 300 pounds. Obviously, I know this guy, he'll probably be 220, but his frame, his height, you know, that's more realistic. But when I get a 5'7", 5'8", or, you know, me 5'9", it's not gonna happen, you know, there's no way. You know, like I said, I was 240. I had to take it all the way to a $170, 170. And I was used to being huge, you know. I was used to, you know, walking around filling up my white t-shirts, and I felt small, you know. But I knew that was my frame, you know. That's what you got, big dog, you know. So when we start taking the way off, we see where you're at. People think they're losing muscle. You ain't losing muscle, big dog. That's what you got. And that's what I had, you know. And I had to just fucking, you know, pay the piper. Now I'm working my way up, but I've been doing it for a while already. That's where people don't equate that, you know. And look at, I'm a $195. I tell them, fuck, I would want to be 200, you know. Because we always want more, you know. But fuck, I gotta work towards there, you know. I mean, obviously, if I eat, I won't have the look and feel good. But I know I could get that size. But that's not the point. The point is to get, you know, to look good, feel good at the size that you feel comfortable, you know, because that's what it's all about. But it's gonna take time, and that's where people fuck up on the timeline. They want it now. Everybody's impatient.
All good things come with time.
100%. Yeah, nothing easily is obtained, you know, and that's why people quit. That's why people crack, because as soon as they don't get it, you know, they throw in the towel, you know, and that's where I gotta fucking mentor them and lace them up that, nah, man, how long did it take you to get there, you know? How long did it take you to fucking feel like that and look like that? About 10 years I let myself go. Okay, so what makes you think that in fucking, in 1 year you're gonna be this fucking, in the cover of a fucking, bodybuilding magazine, you know? And they're like, oh fuck, you know, like, exactly, you know. So we gotta unmake all those years of bad eating habit and all that shit that you created, you know. It's gonna take time. I mean, but we, like I said, we could look amazing in fucking in a short amount of time if you know what you're doing, you know. So you won't have to go through all those struggles, you know. You don't have to go through all that fucking trial and error, you know. So if it took that guy 10 years, it might take you 5 years, you know, because at least now you're being guided correctly, you know. Yes.
Okay, so with the holidays coming up, Christmas, Thanksgiving, there's so much food that's going to be readily available to so many people. People are going to be eating tamales, you know, pozole. I mean, all this good food, man, it's hard to say no to.
Oh,
what advice you got to people that want to get in shape, But the holidays are coming. What kind of advice you got to give them, man?
Damn, big baller, you're gonna want me to spill the beans right here. But I share this because I have Q&As, I have live Q&As, and I share a lot of tips. And a lot of people, they have some amazing results on just what I share. But they pay attention, they take notes, they ask good questions, and I'm good with that. So yeah, there is no need for you to fucking stop or fucking wait for the new year. The holidays are here. I did my best cut last year. My pictures flowing around, a $170, diced the fuck up on the holidays. Why did I do it? Because I wanted a challenge. I wanted to be more harder on me. I wanted to test myself, and I wanted to see where the fuck I was mentally, and I fucking did it. But I come to find out that everything's possible because I was able to fucking enjoy the last the fucking Thanksgiving dinner with my family, the Christmas dinner. There's a lot of fucking gatherings, but the problem is that they just don't know what to eat and how to structure their meals. Me, I tell them, the first tip that I'm gonna tell you guys here, exclusive on Bobby's fucking show, make protein king. And in the morning, if you know that you're gonna have that Thanksgiving dinner, start eating very low fat, very low carbs throughout the day. So when you have that dinner, you won't blow your fucking, you won't blow your gains. You won't blow your fucking, your journey towards weight loss. Why? Because the body is calories in, calories out. So the body knows that in the morning, this is how I set myself up. If I go to dinner with my wife, which is every week, go have a steak dinner, And people's like, fuck, you could have steak. Yeah, but motherfucker, I ate fucking just a protein shake in the morning. That's one meal. Protein shake only. Okay? So that has maybe 3 grams of fat and maybe 4 grams of carbs, but protein shake. Then my second meal, egg whites. That's it. Boom. Egg whites, it's just all protein. No fat, no carbs. Boom. Third meal, another protein shake, just all protein. That's it. 3 meals, okay? My fourth meal, which is another fucking tilapia. I'll get tilapia because that's very lean protein. So you gotta feed your body protein so you could build muscle. Okay, so then dinner comes. I got all my fats still, and I got all my carbs. So now could have a delicious steak. Now I could have my baked potato. Now I could have some asparagus, enjoy the time with my family, and not be a sourpuss there. Oh, I'm in a diet, But they don't know how. You're not gonna know that because you don't even know what's your numbers. You don't even know. Well, fuck, how much protein should I eat? How much carbs should I eat? Everybody's different. Me is different. People, they're like, hey, Guerrero, put all your meals throughout the day. Why? How the fuck is that gonna help? That's I put my breakfast every morning, then I put a second meal and sometimes a third meal, But don't copy it. Those are just ideas for you. You cannot eat like me. First of all, I'm bigger than you, so why the fuck are you gonna eat like me? You're small still. Or this other guy, oh well, fuck, you still gotta lose weight. If you eat like this, you're not gonna lose weight. I'm already in another category. So I didn't start there. I have a log of my macros, and I didn't start what I'm eating now. It's different. And that's what people don't get. They think that just by copying somebody else that you're gonna look like him or that's what's gonna be. But you could make it happen, big dog. Like I said, everybody could. In the holidays, that's where it should be more of excitement and not fucking tap out and fucking crack. It's just that you just don't have a plan. And a plan is better than no plan because at least with the plan, you could always plan ahead. So then you could enjoy those times with your people, But people just don't know. They just don't know what to eat or what's what, and that's why I lace them up in that manner. I get clients that hit me up yesterday, hey, Guerrero, I'm in Universal Studios. I seen you there last time, man. And I did what you told me, but, they have this meal here. Could I eat it? And so I'm like, okay, where you at? And I'm like, okay, well, what you're going to do there is you're going to double up on chicken. That rice they give you there is too fucking much for you. Don't eat the whole fucking rice. Eat half and then the rest veggies. And they're like, oh, fuck. Okay, thanks. That should give you about, I already know, So my people, they're always like hitting me up. So I give them ideas. We have Zoom calls so I could give them a better breakdown and just be more detailed. So now when they're out there with their family, they know how to structure their meal. You're not going to look at a plate of food and not know what it's doing to you, because that's what's hurting us. We just don't know. We just fucking eat it, And out there, what you eat is high carbs, high fat, and not enough protein. And protein is what keeps you fuller because you know, it's gonna keep you more food throughout the day than if you were just to eat carbs and fat. You know, that shit is like eating fucking Chinese food. You'll be fucking hungry in an hour. You know, it's like too much carbs and fat. That's why they make it with high volume food that you just can't get enough of it, you know? Why? Because it's very low protein. Protein's what's gonna fill you up and keep you fucking calm, you know? That's why it's always gotta be king out there. That's one of the tips, that if you have that, if you start with that, then you're gonna see a lot of changes just by doing that alone, you know, not even fucking me going deeper and detailing you your nutrition. If you just make protein king, because that's where everybody does. You go to restaurants, they give you fucking bread and butter. You go to a Mexican restaurant, they give you chips and salsa, and we just keep coming. That right there is a shitload of fucking carbs and fat in the body. It's only gonna take maybe like 1/3 of it, and the rest, where is it gonna go? Store as fat, or you're just gonna fucking shit it out. That's the problem.
Hey man, that's great advice. It all starts with a plan.
Yep.
Where can people find you on social media, or where can they get in contact with you if they wanna start this lifestyle, man, and you know, hire you as a coach? Where can they get a hold of you? Yeah,
so you know, where I pretty much show my life, showcase my life, you might say, you know, it's IG. So it's Guerrero _Fitness. And my YouTube channel is Guerrero Fitness Lifestyle. You guys could go there, and what I do there is pretty much break down a lot of topics. A lot of people hit me up with questions on my DM, so I take it to YouTube and kind of, you know, work on a lot of issues that they're going through, a lot of topics that they're going through, which is might be mindset, it might be depression, it might be anxiety, it might be a lot of shit that has to do with you know, with problems in this world, you know, but I explain better and you know, try to fucking show you how to fucking, you know, curb that, how to kick that shit, how to fucking, you know, turn that negative mindset into a positive mindset. That's what we need more of here now, you know, because a lot of us are just fucking, you know, falling deeper into depression, and a lot of just, you know, sadness and fucking anxiety and lost, you know, they're lost, you know, they don't know what to do, you know, they're hopeless, and that's what we don't want. So that right there, I fucking touch more and a lot of mindset. I'm able to explain more, you know, but you know, other than that, you know, like I said, you know, you guys could always DM me on my IG. That's where I pretty much post all my my lifestyle, everything that I do from morning when I wake up. You know, 3 o'clock in the morning, I post my breakfast, I hit my workouts, and then the rest of the day, I just, you know, deal with my clients and DM people back and forth, and a lot of people that, you know, just want to hit me up through there and that are dealing with a lot of shit that you know, a lot of shit is just your own fucking, your own thoughts that you don't, that you fucking play into, you know. So what I try to go and do there is flip that mindset, you know, tell you that, nah, you know what, we have tools to fucking curb that, to negate that. We have fucking tools that we could use to put you back in a positive mental attitude. And that's what people don't know. They're like, fuck, what they think that is fucking the tools that they use is the drink, that's gonna mask the pain, the smoke, the drug, all those vices, which vices is pretty much whatever you has regret attached to it. So when they go towards that shit is, it's only gonna fucking dig you. It's only gonna fucking dig you deeper in a fucking hole where that you ain't gonna be able to get out of later. So the way that I do it, which is like, nah, we could go hit a workout. When you're feeling negative, when you're feeling fucking pissed or in a bad mood, the only way to kick you back into gear is just go hit a workout, which is action. You got to get into action. You cannot never you can never fucking, you know, go back into a positive mindset just by thinking about it, just by forcing yourself. Oh, nah, you know, I'm gonna talk myself out of it. Nah, when you're pissed, you're fucking pissed. You want to fucking fuck somebody up, or you want to fucking handle business. No, the only way that you're gonna fucking check that is by going and hitting a workout, get you back and, you know, hit some burpees so you can get your fucking positive mental attitude back in check. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to, you know, negate all that fucking bad habits that we have.
Well, there you have it, man. Guerrero Fitness in the building. And, hey, man, I appreciate you being here. You dropped a lot of great knowledge, a lot of gems, and I think a lot of people will take that in and hopefully change their lifestyle, because I sure I want to change my lifestyle, and you motivated me today, man.
100%, big dog. And like I told you earlier, like I said, I'm not here to tell nobody how to live their life, but I am here to fucking show you guys that there is another route, that there is a better way, because all that shit the definition that we've been instilled in and groomed to believe is fucking bullshit. All that shit is just going to lead you to self-destruction and to a place of regret and pain that not only you're going to cost yourself, but your family, So like I said, it's about lifting each other up, bettering each other, and helping each other on fucking just overcoming and dealing with adversity life, which is a lot of us, just don't know how to cope with it. But hey, there's always a way.
Well, thanks again for coming, man. Wish you nothing but the best of luck. Until next time.
Bobby, thank you. Appreciate you having me here, big dog. Let's go.